Joining us today, Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkan. Thanks so much for being with us today. We appreciate it.
Great.
A lot to talk about.
Great to be here this morning.
Yeah, we do have a lot to get to. Today you have a couple of major pieces of legislation in front of the City Council, and we want to start with the education levy because everyone's for education, but people differ on how to pay for it. And you are proposing to raise property taxes. What sort of resistance do you expect?
Well, one thing that's really important for people to know is the levies we have right now, our pre-K levy and our family and ed levy, are expiring. So these aren't new levies. We're combining them together. We're raising it a little bit, but very modest amounts per house. And this is to really help in education. So we have great preschool, and we have the ability for kids to go to college.
You understand the pushback because of a recent increase in taxes. People are reluctant to pay more in taxes. I mean, you understand the pushback.
100%. You know, Seattle's becoming so expensive, and we know that property owners have been incredibly generous. We think this is one of the ways to really make an investment in the future. These are our kids, and if we do it right, we're going to make a more affordable Seattle. We're going to make sure those kids have opportunities, that they can do anything they want, they get the best jobs.
There are people who say that the reversal of the head tax, part of the reason that you and the City Council reversed is because you didn't want other battles to fall by the wayside, that was one you could sort of sacrifice politically to get maybe education more to the forefront. How do you respond to that?
You have to listen to the people. And I think that if I've heard one thing in the last year, first running for office and being mayor, is people are tired of government that doesn't listen to them. So we listen. We're going to hit reset. I continue to work with people throughout the region, and we'll do that to see if we can really improve homelessness. We're going to increase the amount of shelters so we get people off the street into safe places. We're working with the county executive to get more mental health and addiction services because we know that's a problem. And that also lets us focus on our kids. And our kids are the most important things. Education's central to who we are and our ability to be the best city ever.
Was it listening to the people? Because some would argue that it was corporate bullying, that really corporations were really putting pressure on the council.
You know, I am out in Seattle every day, everywhere, all parts of the town. I was hearing it from everybody. Yeah. And I think people were saying, slow down. We want to see that our tax dollars are being used efficiently. Everybody wants to help people who are experiencing homelessness. I haven't heard anyone that says we don't want to help. They want to know what we're doing is working. So we have to slow down, show them what we're doing is working, pull together as a region, because Seattle can't fix this by itself.
Is that a no, it wasn't corporate bullying?
I don't think it was corporate bullying. I think that it was a whole number of voices coming together to say, wait a minute. Yeah. And we had to really, I thought we had struck a balance between preserving jobs and helping people experiencing homelessness. We heard something very different. So we're going to go, we are continuing to move forward. I'm working with the mayor of Auburn to pull all the mayors from the region together to say how can each city do more, talking to the state legislature, talking to the governor, because Seattle really is shouldering a lot of this burden by itself. We need to make sure more people are there to help in this issue.
Sunday is Pride Day here in Seattle, the big Pride March, and you are one of the mayors across the country who is progressively moving the country in a certain direction, openly gay. What do you think has affected this movement the most in the last, say, 5-10 years? I
think in the last 5-10 years, the acknowledgement of the various civil rights. We still have a long way to go, but if you think we now have legal marriage in this country, we need more non-discrimination. We know that things are tenuous and that there's people, for example, in the transgender community where a president can tweet and suddenly they're kicked out of the military. We have to stop that, but we've made huge amounts of progress. And I think Seattle has always been a city that has been more welcoming than a lot of cities in the country. And we have fun, too.
Thanks for coming in. We appreciate your time. Wish I had more time.
All right, me too.
I wanted to get to the police chief and the search for that.
All right, stay tuned.
You heard it there. Stay tuned.
All right, sounds good.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you very much.